Maybe I should start that one. How to earn as much money as a lawyer or doctor by being a photographer. Today, I'll be sharing with you the 10 essential things that all photographers should know. For point number 6, it is very important to also gather information from your clients about a potential shoot before you jump onto it and just quote them based on your rate card. There are many key questions to ask your client. Example, where will the photo be used at? Is it in Singapore? Is it internationally? Or is it Asia Pacific? The licensing fees will actually differ based on the scope. So that is number 1. Number 2, what kind of formats will it be? Is it printed? Will it be printed on the bus ad, at the train stations, or is it social media? So when it's digital, you need to charge like a fee, and when it's like offline, you need to charge another fee. So the offline, I think there are many terms that photographers should go and read about. OOH, like out of house advertisement. So these are the ads that goes on the bus stops or MRT stations. So these ads will actually have more eyeballs and like live view. So usually for OOH loading, it is higher, but with the soar of digital media, do you want to price the digital usage more, or do you want to price like OOH more? I think it's important to also know how many production hours are going into it. So example, if you know that a photo is going to be printed like fucking big to fill up the entire MRT station, so it is very important to make sure that all the elements on set is carefully like curated and make sure that you don't have any loose spots here and there, because when it's printed very big, people get to see more flaws of the images. That's why some OOH loading fees are actually much higher than digital. It's because you need to spend more pre-production time as well as post-production time. There'll be more editing to do, because even like a minor strand of hair or even like thumbprints on a product is going to be visible to people in real life when you see it in front of them, as compared to digital usage where the post-production time and during the production time might be lesser because it will just be on the screen. But of course, if you want to compare it to, let's say, it's going up to the cinema, it's going up on the big screen, you probably need to spend a lot of pre-production time. So these are the explanations that you can share with a client if they don't understand why you are charging X amount of loading fees when I'm already paying you this amount for your photography. It is okay for the photographer to educate clients who are not so sure about this. Don't make them sound dumb by phrasing it. Like, as you already know, to have a photograph on the billboard, there is actually a OOH loading fee attached to it on top of the photography rates. So this will make the client know that, oh, the photographer actually kind of respect me, and there is a higher chance of you closing the deal when you make the client feel good, as the same for all other businesses. More often than not, I've been hearing from my clients or like my friends that eventually up to the point when they're choosing between 2 vendors or maybe 3 vendors, they just choose the one that they feel that they can connect with better. This is also very important because when the client signs a job with you, they will be working with you for 3 months. You want to make them feel that they can trust you and they will have a good working relationship with you. So for PR and network, it is very important to know the people in your circle, know the people in the industry. At least have your foot in the door of editorial companies like Vogue or like Harper's Bazaar, or media companies in Singapore, like Smart Local. Also like PR, more of the brand managers that you're working with. Sometimes if you are working with X brand, this X brand probably belongs to a parent company which also has XYZ brands. So if you do a good job for the brand, there is a very high chance that brand X manager will refer you to brand Y, and after that to brand Z. So just do a good job in your craft and make sure that quality of work should be checked thoroughly before you send it over, because a minor mistake might just cost you your last job from the parent company. So PR, network with them, make them happy, and they might probably engage you for another campaign. I get this question a lot about how I get my inspiration, where I get my inspiration from, how do I come up with this creative idea or that creative idea. So whenever I'm free, I just go on Pinterest to look for like new ideas and save it in my board. Whenever you want to do a shoot, you can easily refer back to your pin board to see any ideas that you haven't done before that you want to try it out. One of my tips is to merge 2 ideas together. So instead of using one idea which people might think that you're copying, and honestly, I feel that it is okay to take inspiration from people and improvise on it, but there is no original idea in the whole world. Every idea evolved from somewhere. So it is important that you just mix idea 1, idea 2 together, and who knows, you will have like a very creative like video or visual. Another tip I have is also when you magnify one effect in a visual or in a video, it becomes a lot more impressive than if you were to like jam pack everything into one shot. So example, there was this video that I did, like a hyperlapse of stop motion video of me just like going past a lot of places. So I just used the one concept and I magnified it, going sideways for the stop motion as well as like going forward for the stop motion, and throughout the whole video it's just a photo snapping. So when you magnify just one effect, the video becomes impressive. I think this might be one of the most important points of all, is to always get your quotation sign off before you start doing any work. Sometimes clients come to you and they say like, but we want you to pitch for this and that. But like pitching also takes in a lot of creative work, a lot of pre-production hours into it. And honestly, from the industry, what I know is that sometimes clients get a few people to come for a pitch. They choose the cheaper one, they use the best pitch and give it to the cheaper one. So they just use a cheaper pitch and improvise it to make it look like the one that you just pitched. I think photographers also need to value their creativity. It is intangible, yes, but it is something that I think a lot of people don't have as well. That's why we have a job over here. What I do sometimes, if they really need to have like a brief idea, you can just give a super brief idea, like maybe spend like less than 1 hour on it and give like minimal slides. If you have to, more often than not, I rather not do it. I rather the client be very sure that they are going ahead with our agency first and then we develop the storyboard. So this will make sure that you don't waste time. So last but not least, to make sure that you don't go out of the game, I think we have also seen the fall of many big production companies where there was a shift from TVCs to social media videos. That was the point when our business actually grew, when the demand for social media is a lot, but the supply is not as much. So I think it is a good time for you to refresh your skills from YouTube. Social media game is something that you don't go to the school to learn skills on how to edit video, what is the latest trend. Schools will probably just teach you the basics like ISO, shutter speed, Premiere Pro editing and this kind of stuff. But I think along the way, it is very important for you to upgrade your skills. Follow famous YouTubers and be the first few people to include like a new skill or new edit style into your video. You can learn all this through the YouTube tutorial videos, and if you are the first few to implement it, you actually can capture the attention of many people on social media, especially who knows, you might reach out to a brand manager and eventually a brand manager will approach you based on that style. What we do at Assembly Clan is also we try to position ourselves as like a creative production house with capabilities to do creative videos. So when clients come to us, usually they will say like, we really like your style, we want to work with you on this campaign, rather than a production company who does like just basic video cutting. This is the kind of companies that you probably can find a million out there. So you want to stand out from your competitors, you want to be able to offer something different to the client. So learn all these creative skills through YouTube tutorials. So okay, that was a very lengthy one. I hope you learned something out of this video. Respect your craft, be nice to your clients. Of course, don't let them take advantage of you. I would appreciate it a lot if you can leave some comments below if you learned something. So remember to like, subscribe, share the video with your friends, and see you in the next video.